Everyone, welcome back to the Bops and Bangers podcast. My name is Peter, and I'm joined by Melanie. Hi, how
Hello,
are
how are you?
good? How are you?
I am doing well. Good, thanks.
How was your first time or our first time on YouTube?
It was, it's so weird looking at yourself, but it was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
I was like, don't pay attention to yourself. I was like, I'm not gonna look at myself. But yeah,
Cute.
it was fine. How's your week?
It's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good week. We're about to hit the weekend pretty soon. It's been a good week. Yeah,
That's good. It's February. That's crazy.
I know.
Time's
That
going by too fast.
yeah, the first month has flown. It's already 6 weeks in. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't like it. Life's short.
Just an indicator that 2022 is going to go just as fast
Yeah,
as last year.
yeah. Yeah, it's like if you think it's been 2 years since the pandemic
Since
started.
COVID, I know,
It's
right?
crazy. Like the first one feels wasted for sure to me.
Yes, I agree. I don't even I feel like the 2 years have run into each other. I
Right, it
can
feels
look
like
back and
one.
I'm like, oh, that was last year. Oh no, it was the year before.
It feels
Yeah.
like one long year. Yeah, I agree. Well, a lot of things happened this week. We're gonna talk about the Oscar nominations. We're gonna talk about kind of the BRIT Awards that happened on Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about Kanye West, who's been making headlines, and Michael Jackson. So if you guys are listening to the podcast, that's what you guys can look forward to. And I want to start with Adele. So I was actually watching the BRIT Awards. They're kind of like the Grammys for the UK, and these are very uh,
Mhm.
a big deal, right? And Adele, I guess, kind of trying to clean up her uh, thing after Vegas and canceling the show. She had pulled out of the Brit Awards, and then she's like, "Nope, I'm going. I'll be there." So now she did show up and she performed. And it was a nice performance, and she won like 3 awards. It was a big night for Adele, and one of the awards she won was the Album of the Year for 30, which was very predictable, and she got backlash for this, and it's not because she won the award or because everything that's been going on with her, but rather something that really surprised me. So the Brit Awards this year are they were doing the first. It was the first year they were doing a neutral award show. So usually they have best male and best female, right?
Right.
So this time
Now
they're
it's just best artist of the year.
yeah, all the categories were yeah. Was it when she won Artist of the Year? I think yeah. So Adele gets on stage, she gets her award, and she's just like thanking everyone. And then she makes a point, which I guess this is where people could take it the wrong way. But she makes it a point to say, I understand why the name of this award has changed, but I
Mhm.
really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do. I'm really proud of us. I really, really am. And this, like, oh my God, people went off on social media, and she was accused of being uh, a TERF, which is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. This is a term that's, I think it's had more, what's the word, more impact in the UK because it's been used against J.K. Rowling and some other famous people. I feel like I haven't seen it as much here in the US. So she was being labeled a TERF and basically accused of transphobia just
Mhm.
because she said she was proud of being a woman. So, and people started reacting online. And I was writing down some of the stuff that I read. Someone tweeted, who would have thought that Adele was a transphobe and would use her platform to call for the destruction of the trans community? I don't know where she said that.
Did she say that? Oh wow.
Especially the confused teenagers. Someone else said that they lost respect for Adele and won't be spending another cent on her music. Uh, I'm sure she needs it. And someone actually praised her. This was a famous author, especially in the UK. I might be butchering her name. It's Onjali Rauf. I think that's how you say it. And she tweeted, "Thank you, Adele. Just thank you for speaking the two words being vilified, woman and female." So my question is being proud of your womanhood a way of attacking or excluding trans women?
Well, there are a couple of things to this. I think when listening to her speech, it was her talking about herself. She wasn't talking about a community. I didn't get that impression that she was talking about a specific community. She was just saying how happy she was for being a woman. And I took it as she was able to create the album that she made because of her experiences as a woman. That's how I took it. So she was thankful for getting that award and being a woman in that sense. I think people took it a different way, like she was trying to send a message that she didn't feel that the category was should have been changed, but I don't think that was the message that she was trying to convey. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being, proud of who you are as a person, right? I think we typically embrace those things. I think the way in which she said it was misconstrued, and I didn't personally take it in that way. I took it as she was proud of having experienced everything that she experienced as a woman, that she was able to create an album that people appreciated, and she was proud of that. So that's the way I took it.
Right. Yeah, and it's like why does being like you said, like being proud of who you are or whatever group you might represent or whatever, wherever you fall under all these labels, like why does that mean that you're putting down someone else? Like
Right.
it's not, that's not what was happening here. I
Right.
don't think Adele hates trans people or is trying to, like this person said this call for the destruction of the trans community. I think that's
Right. It's
insane.
like and I hate I know people are gonna be like, but it's just like Black Lives Matter, right? It's not we're not saying that other lives don't matter, but within the context of it, at that moment in what we're trying to fight for, that is a message that needs to be conveyed. So it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. We're not excluding anyone, but we're drawing attention to something, to a specific thing. And I think that's what she was just saying, was that she was proud of who she was, because in that moment she was able to, everyone was able to celebrate her for winning that award, and she was crediting her femininity to her album.
Yeah, no, and I think in some way this goes back to, well, kind of, not necessarily, but I think it kind of goes in with what we were talking about last week and cancel culture and all this. Like people are quick to want to shut something down or paint something a certain way,
Yeah.
and like I'm obviously all for inclusion and equality and all these things. But I feel, and this might be, and I mean, I know it's going to be a little controversial because I've talked about it with other people. I feel like we may or may not be going in the wrong direction as a society. I don't like, that's a little, I don't know, but whichever direction we have to go, I feel like we are moving too fast, and not necessarily that it's a bad thing, but I think we're doing everything so fast that I don't know if we're going about it the right way, if that makes sense. Like I think we need to be more careful because I think the things, certain things that are happening out there can harm other groups, like in
Mhm.
this case women. So I just think we need to be careful about how we go about things, like, and not label something a bad thing right away. I don't know.